to our co-producer Nathaniel, because he is
yes. Nathaniel, shout out to you. Even with him being a part of the team now, the Pink Clubhouse is going to take off into even a higher direction.
Right, and we national now, so
absolutely.
All right, so Juno, are you here? Because I'm trying to see. Do you know if he's in the room?
He is in the room. I just invited him on. Let's see.
So our next guest is Juno.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Who is
nice to meet you guys.
Yes. He's a fashion and lifestyle enthusiast. He's the host of Dose of J podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Juno.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Well, Malloy, I've met you once, and it's great to see you, and it's good to meet you as well. So I don't have shades, but I do have glasses. Okay. So, you know. Yes. I'm not cool enough to own a pair of shades like you. So.
You are. Look, I got these from, the Goodwill for $1. So,
love it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I just want to say thank y'all for having me. I'm super excited to be here today. Really.
Well, I'm excited to know more about you. I do want to know if you could tell the people just a little bit more about Juno as a host of the podcast Fashion and Lifestyle. Tell us about you, or tell us about your brand.
So I actually just started the Dose of J podcast, and I had started it because I really wanted to cultivate a community of positive thinkers. I know I'm not trying to make this a sad story, but I'm a survivor of cancer, and I was, I've been in a car accident. It was life-threatening, and it really just shifted my mind to really think that life is way too short to be negative. And I feel like today's world, we just live in a world full of hate, and I'm tired of it. And I just want to make people more aware that everything is going to be okay. I feel like when you have positive daily affirmations every day, it really does help the way you process things and the way you just deal with life. Even my closest friends, like some of them are in the chat, but some of them, they reach out to me every day being like, Justin, can you just talk to me just for a little bit? I don't honestly know how I do it. I kind of just do it. I just have a way of helping people see a perspective to where whatever you're going through, it's not too bad. You can definitely get through it.
But do you have a person that you kind of like go to? Because I know how that is when people just want to call you and dump. Now, I'm the friend that people call and talk, and I'll be like, life lessons. But what about you? Do you get that chance to ever let up some steam?
Yes. And believe it or not, it's kind of cliche, but it's actually my dad.
That's not cliche.
No, because you're like, do you have like a hero? Do you have like someone you should know, or everybody knows, like Gandhi or Mother Teresa, or or somebody? No, it's just my dad. It's partially because he's so calm and he smokes a lot of weed, but he's cool. But I love him to death.
We love Mother Earth.
Mother Earth.
Do you smoke with your dad?
Huh?
Do you smoke with your dad?
No, I don't. I don't actually smoke weed.
You should try it once. I've always wanted to. I don't smoke weed anymore. But I always wanted to smoke weed with my parents just to see what they talk about.
And you know what? I get what that means, because my dad knows that I don't smoke weed, but he's always kind of hinted at it, like, so you want to try it? Yeah. It's just like, okay, well, it's not going to change, Dad. Now that I live in Atlanta and you're still in Texas, it's not going to be the same. It's cool. So
I definitely agree. I feel like before the world exposes you to it, I feel like your parents, you should have some type of comfortability in doing it with them. Yeah. I'm not saying like 1000%, but I'm saying just have some form of knowledge before the world teaches you to do it in a bad way.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but to be honest with you, I have thought about this quite often. What would it be like if I was a stoner, or if I was high, or if I was mad chill? Other than I'm chill already, but like, I don't know. The closest like type of interference I've had with weed is when my friend gave me an edible and I forgot that it was he forgot that it was an edible because he puts edibles in everything. And he made me a lemon cake for my birthday.
Oh.
And I love lemon cake. Side note, he forgot that he had put grams of weed in my cake. And he was like, Justin, I forgot that I put weed in that. He probably didn't. But and I ate that stuff. I ate that shit so quick. I was like, I was seeing stuff. I was counting my fingers. I was like, this don't feel like me. What's going on?
Oh my!
What's really going on?
I had that same experience at a drive-in, and
At a drive,
I did not feel my body. I was like, I can't move. I can't move.
I can't move. No, it's just, and I don't know why. I do feel like sometimes I should try it, but I just don't have any, I just don't have any desire to. For one, I get munchies naturally. So, I'm gonna eat, and I feel like I'm already, I'm naturally a hungry person, so I feel like that's gonna heighten it for me.
Yes.
So,
well, you are also a fashionista as well. You love dressing, you love fashion. What inspired you to get into that?
So I'm a little bit different in the realm of fashion. I really pretty much just take, I'm really big on avant-garde pieces where it's basically like really big and like, expressive and like dramatic, because that's kind of like myself. But I also do kind of incorporate like trends. Like, for example, I'm really big into like big baggy denim jeans, like 90s style. Like, I'm so big into that. And I go through different phases because I was really big into skinny jeans and showing off all this goodness that I somewhat have. But now it's just like, bitch is 32, getting a little bit older, getting a little bit more saggy, but I'm going to the gym, so, so I'm really big into like more bigger, comfortable stuff. And I just, especially after I went to New York, and I was thinking to myself, I thought I was the fashion queen. When I went to New York, I was like, no, you ain't nothing. You gotta humble yourself a little bit.
Yeah. Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm originally from San Antonio, Texas, but I've been living in Austin, Texas the last 10 years, and I moved to Atlanta. It's actually going to be a year next month that I've been in here. July 16th.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so it has, I ain't got a peach yet. I got a plum. but I've definitely been loving living here, and I really am really like excited. I was actually just talking to my sister before coming on this thing because I was nervous as hell.
Oh.
And she was telling me, she was congratulating me. It's like, you've done so many things to help you grow as far as your business. And I tell her, it's just, you really got to step out of your comfort zone. Kind of like what you mentioned earlier. Like, it is really important that you do things that kind of scare you, because you're never going to get to the level that you really, well, not say never, everything is possible. Some people just move at different paces, but it's, you want to reach your fullest potential. So, I did it. It was so scary. I know nobody here. I don't have no family here. But I got out here and I was like, I had that fly as my friend, but it's okay. Go. Anywho. Yeah, it was really cool. So, but I'm really happy I did it. I've met so many cool people like Malloy, We instantly bonded over panda bears when I first met him.
And y'all wasn't high. Okay.
No, I wasn't.
I wasn't either.
No, we met at Bull Dykes. No, Bulldogs. I'm sorry. Bulldogs. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, we met at Bulldogs, and we met through Don. Don introduced us, and we just like instantly vibed. It was like, you like pandas too? I love pandas. I love panda bears.
Bulldogs.
Yes.
It's a good name for like a Tuesday for the lesbians.
Yes. You better get into it.
My God.
Oh, but I don't know why I said that. Sorry, y'all. No offense to anybody. Because, I'm LGBTQ.
It was an accident. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
LGBTQ. I'm sorry. I'm part of that, too. So I don't want to offend anybody, because I don't want to have them throw their flannels at me and, just beat me up into where I gotta run because I used to be in track. I can run.
Now, you say you just moved out here to Atlanta, and when I kind of had the same kind of story as you. I didn't know anyone here. I moved out here kind of the same way. So, but what inspires you as a creator as you're doing all of these things?
Yes, so that is a really interesting question, and I really want to change people's lives. Like, I know that's a, basic therapist question, but, I really want to change people's lives. I really want to make people feel good and feel happy.
Well,
I really do. And that's more important to me than, monetization or whatever it be, because I feel like, with being here, I've met a lot of content creators, and I feel like a lot of times, not all of them, but some of them, they're all about, I just want to make some money. I just want to get financially free. I want to do this. But for me, it's more of like, I really want to get a message out.
Yeah.
Because I want to change the world. And I feel like you have to be that change if you want to see change. So,
of course,
that's beautiful.
I have, definitely helped some of my closest friends that are going through certain things right now. And one of my friends was like, I should have just hired you as my therapist. I ain't got to pay for you. It's like, just buy me Starbucks. I'll be all right.
Uh-oh, you got your friends in the comments. They saying nobody better come for you.
Oh my God, don't mind her. Big Papa, she better have Oprah Winfrey money.
Yes, Oprah Winfrey, the queen of media.
Yes.
You mentioned a lot about fashion, and fashion is a way of self-expression. How do you express yourself through fashion?
Yes, so every day, depending on how I feel, I wear certain colors. I'm really big on yellows, blacks, and whites. Those three specifically. You should see my closet. I got a mix of different things, but I tend to go based on how I feel. Lately, I feel like since I moved to Atlanta, my fashion has changed. Like, I'm into dunks now. I'm into Nikes. I'm into joggers. I'm into hoodies. Like, I'm real, like, I've really been, like, real casual with it, but I dress it up and I make it, like, into something. But it's based on how I feel for the day. If I feel like I want to be slouchy, I want to be real slothy, real lazy Karen, stay at home. I want, I'll put on some, some little shorts, some little hoochie daddy shorts, if you know what I mean, and, a big t-shirt, maybe a hat, maybe a nice little chain like this. And of course, some nice little sneakers, because my sneaker game has improved, I will say. It has. Because before this in Austin, they're all about Chelsea boots and, little, what are those things called? Those little loafers?
Oh.
Yeah, it's just crazy how each city has its own different, like, type of vibe when it comes to style and clothing. Like, Austin is very, like, posh chic, and Atlanta is very casual, but you can still make it anything. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of fashion, I mean, you have I'm sure, a bunch of people that you follow. Who are three of your favorite celebrity fashion icons? And not just current. You can go back in the day.
Because I'm finna go back.
Yeah, take us back. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh, and before you start, can you just pin his name right there? I'm sorry, just so everybody can know where to follow you.
Oh, you want me to type in my name?
No, somebody did.
Oh, okay.
Our producer did. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I think it's Why You Mad. Thank you, Why You Mad. That's a cool name. I love that. Okay, cool. Why You Mad? Love it. Anywho, so I have to say, I have about two people that I really look up to in regards to fashion, and it's random, but I love it. It's me. I love Lenny Kravitz.
Oh.
I love his type of, like,
that's my dude.
I don't even know how to describe it in words. It's like rocker, but it's chic, but it's like whatever he wants it to be. He is just like that. Like, it's no wonder why Zoe Kravitz is such a bad bitch. I love no offense, but just, she's just anywho. I love his style. I love his, just the way he carries out. Like, he can style off black leather pants and make it look like he's going to, like, church or something like that.
You should wear leather pants in church.
Leather pants in church, in a real chic way, wants to sing, he gonna be losing himself, trust me.
Right.
And really, okay, my second person, y'all don't know who this is, but I really like Prince. Prince inspires me.
Okay, you give me Prince vibes. Yeah.
Do I really? Oh, a lot of people say Michael Jackson or Prince, but I was Michael Jackson when he was black. So, thank you. I don't sing. Everyone asks me if I can sing, but I don't sing. Well, I sing alone in the shower, but not in front of anybody.
Okay.
That's like, hello, that's the best time.
Absolutely. Let yourself go in the shower. It's the best environment sometimes.
Oh my God,
You
yes.
You don't sing, but you have the Dose of J podcast, and it streams on multiple platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Tell us more about it, and definitely fill us in who Jay is on Dose of J.
So Dose of J, yes. So the Dose of J, how I do it is I basically incorporate a lot of storytelling based on what I've experienced and
Love it.
based on, a lot of the closest people that I know. I don't ever name any names for confidentiality reasons because they'd probably kill me. I probably wouldn't be here. I would write a book about Sheree, write a book about X, Y, Z, B, B, B. You'll get royalties from it, I promise. But but I incorporate a lot of storytelling into how they had called me and they had asked me for advice on something I don't know anything about. So I don't know how, but I somehow managed to allow them to see certain things, take a deep breath, and just really just figure out what's going on. Like, for example, I'll give an example right now. One of my best friends, and she's having an issue with one of her other friends saying that she doesn't feel supported by her friend, basically. This so-called friend really is supposed to be her friend, but never makes her feel good, doesn't uplift her, doesn't do anything for her but criticize her and judge her. And I tell her, well, baby, I mean, I know y'all been friends for a while, but really longevity doesn't really mean anything if it doesn't make you feel that way. Mm-hmm. Just saying. Because I have friends that I've known for like 20 plus years, but I'd be like, once in a while, I'd be like, hey, what's up?
Is it
doing well? Good to see you. How are the kids?
Jessica, right?
Great. So if people don't really inspire you or uplift you and make you feel good about yourself, you don't need to be around those people.
That's true. Now, I know secretly you're talking about Jessica, but we won't really bring her up.
I thought he was talking about Miranda.
And her? Wow.
No. See, I know what y'all trying to do. I'm not lost. I was about 6 months ago when I moved here, but now I am a real fresh, sharp plum. Not a peach, a plum.
No, I definitely agree with that. I think people put titles on things and they allow those titles to kind of, even with your own, sometimes your family, you know what I mean? You cannot allow people to have a hold on you just because of the time or length of a friendship. Not because that will really bind you. I really feel that way.
And also just because of who they are, like even sometimes your family, I hate to say it, but they are some of the worst ones sometimes just because it's just like, and that's another thing I had a situation like that with one of my closest friends. Like, she had to go through certain things with her parents and they felt like they were entitled to treat her a certain kind of way because they are her parents. And I'm like, no, baby, no, you're not entitled to deal with their stuff. You have to come to a point where you choose your peace or your destruction. What are you going to choose?
Yeah.
So that's, in a nutshell, that's what I go over. Each episode has their own type of topic. Like my very first one was just an introduction to myself and what I'm trying to do and basically everything I just covered. And, another one has to do with comparing and how you should never compare your life to anybody else because you don't know what someone has had to go through to get to where they are. They've been in your shoes. They've probably had to do what you're doing. Everything has a process, so trust the timing. Yeah. So, but everything, they have different topics. I try to release an episode every week and usually every Thursday, but I'm liking this so far. I'm just liking what I'm doing, the messaging I'm providing. It's really giving me a purposeful life, I have to say.
That's beautiful. So actually, I was listening to your podcast this morning. On your latest episode, you made a statement, and I quote, "You do not matter to people as much as you think you do."
Correct.
Could you elaborate on that and tell us what you really meant by that?
Yes. So I feel like, and this may be an unpopular opinion. If not, it's cool, but it's really how I feel. I feel like a lot of times when people are going through things and they tend to get away and try to retreat into themselves, a lot of people just get in their feelings. People think it's about them. They think, oh, this person doesn't like me because they're not talking to me. Oh, this person is looking at me weird. Oh, it's no, like, really, to be honest, you don't matter to a whole lot of people. People are living their lives, whether you believe it or not. People are going through their own things, and you are just really a time gaps in one moment. So once somebody sees you, they're not going to be focused on you. They're going to be worried about going home, watching Netflix, eating Doritos. Like, they're going to be worried about what their spouse is doing. Everyone's living their lives, essentially. And I feel like a lot of people just don't understand that. And it's easier said than done because, people just get attached and they just, get too attached. And you just have to just keep in mind that everyone is going through something, and it's never personal. That's all.
Okay. Well, can you tell us like an inspirational quote that you may use for yourself?
That I may use for myself?
Yeah, or something that, someone has said to you that still is very prevalent for you.
Yes. Okay, so it's funny you asked this question because this quote really stuck with me, and I actually learned this quote. It's actually on my Instagram it's a caption under my latest photo in my Instagram, and I learned it from a homeless man in New York. So I know it's super I know it's super random.
Homeless people have life too now.
No, yeah. I was like, I yanked his beard and I got 40 years of wisdom. I loved it.
Yes.
Loved it.
Yes.
But he basically told me that if you live by the books, then you're part of the story essentially, and every story has an end. Now, you know what it's about. But if you live your fantasy, then you're eternally immortalized in it. You're mortal. Not immortal, but you know what I mean. So basically it means like if you just play your role, not play your role, but if you just live by what you want to live by versus anybody else, then you can't ever be defeated. You're unstoppable. Like, you are the shit.
Yeah.
You're amazing. You are.
Tell him.
You're the shit.
Do you essentially, do you want to run with the herd or do you want to outrun the herd? And the herd is living a life of normalcy and trying to fit in. If you outrun the herd, you're on your own, just like you said. Like, you are paying attention to what the fuck you have to do, excuse my language, and everything that you are a part of. The herd is a dangerous place to be.
It is.
It is.
So with that being said, I really want to live outside of the herd because I really pride myself on being an individual thinker and not, a like-minded sheep. So even with the whole thing with, like, for example, like I got into a big, not heated discussion because I don't really feel like anything is really necessary to get mad about. It's just opinions.
Of course.
Opinions are like assholes. We all have them. So let's just get that.
Yes.
But me and my friends were talking about Kanye West and how they think, oh, Kanye is crazy. Look at what he's doing. He's stalking Kim K. He's doing this. But it's just like, no, I feel like Kanye West is very smart and he's just exposing a lot. Like, a lot. And a lot of people bash me for it because they're like, how can you say that? Look what he's doing. Like, it's just very, like, unpopular opinions sometimes that I, go with. And I have my mind of my own, So I even had this idea to where I would not mind, like, maybe sometime in the future, just move into, like, a country and just, outside of the U.S. and just, still working from there because I love the different type of lifestyle. I've traveled quite a bit.
What country if you could move anywhere, where would you move?
To be honest with you, I would love to live in Bali. Bali is one of the most amazing places I have ever experienced. The people there have very little, very close to nothing, but they're so happy. And I love it. I love it so much. Like, it's just amazing. And you really just feel like a jerk because you take everything for granted. I'm over here crying about Wi-Fi because they messed up my Xfinity in my building. But the people, they're just like, you know,
Take a walk.
Huh?
I said, and people in Bali are probably like, take a walk, enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah, they're just out there fighting off cobras and, swimming with sharks and with a big smile. And I see, oh my God, everyone smiles. I see everybody's doggy dentures, all of them. It was just awesome. I loved it.
That's so
So look, I know that you do a lot of inspirational kind of things and whatnot. Every week I kind of read from my favorite book, The Path Naked.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
I just want to read something and see what you think of it.
Okay.
Just because, everyone can say what they think, but I want to hear what your thoughts are on this. And I just opened the page. This is from Jane Fonda. The book is by Oprah, y'all, so I want y'all to go get this book.
Well, come on,
This
Oprah.
is like the best part of the
I love
show,
it.
besides the guest.
I don't know what, I love this book now. But this is Jane Fonda. She said, I've done a lot of things in my life. There are a lot of parts to my life. I have thought very deliberately and intentionally about my life and why certain things happen and what they mean. I learned that the goal is to be whole, to reside inside your skin. I don't want to die tomorrow, but if I do, I go out happy. Because I've worked hard at making the most of what I've been given. And the lesson is, it's never too late.
Yes. So that's a lot, and kudos to her because that is really powerful. So what I got from that is, unfortunately, things in life happen, whether that be good or bad, and you really just have to accept it for what it is. And when you learn to how to, in my opinion, handle those types of things, it makes you discover your true strengths and like how you deal with certain things. Mm. Like, for example, for me, I just, I had a death of a close friend, but it was my first time ever dealing with death. I had never lost anybody that was close to me. The closest person that I had lost was my great grandma, but I was 4. I don't remember what that was like. So in my adult life, I didn't really know what it was like to grieve. I felt weird. So, my point is like, I learned how I grieve. I silence myself. I don't talk to nobody. I got back on my, it pushed me back on my podcast content because I was going through that. So, I just you learn a little bit about yourself when you deal with certain things.
Wow.
I feel like it's a form of like, it's a form of self-discovery. Like, when she said when she dies, at least she'll die happy because she knows who she is.
That's beautiful. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that too.
Thank you. And I'm loving the shirt, by the way. It's giving. You better show it off. I love it.
I'm still wearing my tight stuff, so y'all can.
Hey, wear them tight, baby. Hey, show them juice. You better show that Minute Maid. Okay. Yes. I'm over here on my aquapana.
Love it.
Minute Maid.
Well, it has been a pleasure definitely getting to know more of you. Definitely the Dose of J can be found on multiple podcast platforms. And just by having you on the show today has been an enlightening experience. I definitely look forward to hearing more from you. We don't take our guests lightly here on the Pink Clubhouse.
No.
And
I figured that's why when you told me you were saying, can you come? And I was like, oh my God. I was in New York when you told me. I was like, oh my God, I almost lost my flight. I was checking in. They were like, you gonna check in or we gonna leave you? I was like, I'm having my moment, damn it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. One of the best things that I can offer you advice on doing the podcast and being in the realm of media is just continue to be yourself, ride your own wave, and literally just continue to try to improve each and every day, and never take a relationship for granted, either it's a good one or a bad one, but always take an inventory of who who's giving you what.
Yeah.
Because necessarily, just because people are giving you things, and I'm not talking materialistic thing, just when people are feeding your head, be attention to the stuff that you absorb in your spirits and your soul, because they will try to reap your soul and not try to uplift it. So, yeah, definitely. I'm very, very, very proud of you.
Thank you so much, and it was so nice to meet you.
Oh, go listen to his podcast. He has a bunch of episodes, and they're actually pretty quick. They're not like some long, drawn out things. He gets straight to the point.
That was my big thing for me, you know.
Yeah, he has I think about 10. I didn't count them up, but he has a bunch of episodes for y'all to listen to. So go support him. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you for helping me spread the love. So I really appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you.
Nice to meet you too.
You are welcome.